What, in the last 3 months, you've like really come around?
How long before I even used ChatGPT? Paid version, full access.
I have a login for you. And she's like, I don't need it.
I don't need it. I'll just use my brain. Like, here's the thing. AI in the last 6 months, when I say it's scary, is AI is outdoing AI. AI is a non-controlled entity at this point. That's what's kind of scary.
This is Keep It Clear. Real conversations about skin, acne, and women's health without the overwhelm. Because you deserve answers that actually make sense. Today's episode starts now. I'm shocked that Cris Brown came up with the idea for today's podcast episode. Cris, you have come a long way. This is my year.
I've had a lot of good ideas. I'm not even gonna lie. Usually I never toot my own horn like that, but for some reason, the year of this horse has just opened up my idea generating brain.
I love the year of the horse. I never want to go through a year of the snake again in my life.
I don't know. The horse has been a little bit fast for some people. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
So today we wanted to talk about using AI in day-to-day, but also using AI in the health and wellness space, because in the last 3 months, AI has advanced more. I would say in the last 6 months, AI has advanced more than it did in the last 3 years.
Isn't that scary though?
It's crazy to think about. And I know, because I'm actually enrolled in an AI business training course right now, like how to be implementing and training AI to, have like little AI employees that organizes my inbox and like builds this out and gives me schedules and all that kind of stuff. And like, it's like drinking, like you say, drinking from a fire hose. Like it's so much, it's like the way we currently use AI, we're just scratching the surface of what it can actually be doing.
First of all, Katie loves all of this, by the way. She's drooling. She's probably drooling right now. For those that can't see her a little bit, if you hear her go a couple times, it's because of that. This is her thing. Like she lights up. She loves it.
But I like, you wouldn't know by looking at me, but I'm actually a bit of a tech geek. Anything techie. Like I was like 8 years old and like reformatting our family computers, and any piece of tech that came into the house, I was the one installing it, putting the DVD players together, rewiring things. Like I've always loved technology and anything to do with tech. So that's my like secret little thing that most people don't know about me. Crazy good with tech.
This is why she likes it. But in KSW, we've gone back and forth for about a year on the pros and cons.
Absolutely. So we want to talk about like the pros and cons, how we've been approaching AI in the health and wellness space and in behind the scenes of the company, and how we're utilizing it to make things more accessible for clients. And maybe we'll give you some behind the scenes on what we're going to be doing with it. Yeah. So I just want to tell people that this time last year, Cris had a hate on for AI. Like she was a hard no across the board. And I would be like, Cris, come on. And she's like, no, absolutely not. So I found probably in the last 3 months, you've like really come around.
How long before I even used ChatGPT?
Like a long time.
Full access to it. Paid version, full access.
I have a login for you. And she's like, I don't need it.
I don't need it. I'll just use my brain. Like, here's the thing. AI in the last 6 months, when I say it's scary, is AI is outdoing AI. AI is a non-controlled entity at this point. That's what's kind of scary. Mm-hmm. It is building because everybody's been feeding it. And I don't know if people know, but non-paid versions, all your information that goes in it feeds it so that it learns from it, and then it fosters and it creates its own marketing, its own sales. It's got its whole huge enterprise. Mm-hmm. That's what freaks me out. Now, the paid version, a little bit different, does not do this. Mm-hmm. Or at least it even says it in there. We are not using this to train our AI, this and that. I don't know. Is it true? I don't know. But I mean, I always think when they say this AI is running away, I'm like, just unplug it. Isn't it operated by a plug? Like, can you not just unplug it? But we become so reliant on it. And in the wellness space, that's what's changed in the last 6 months. Huge.
And I think people are obviously really worried, like AI is going to take their jobs.
Well, we're seeing it. Let's be honest.
And it's like, well, how can I start to leverage and use and learn AI to improve what I'm doing, to like
for enhancements.
Enhance. So like for us, AI is not going to replace our human employees, but we're absolutely going to be using it to speed things up, because like behind the scenes, what you don't see is how hard this entire team works. Like we're not just over here working a few hours a day. Like I'm working 80 to 100 hours some weeks. Cris, I'm pretty sure, has a permanent glue to her chair where like I get Slack messages at 3 a.m.
This is why I have wheels on my chair.
That's why she can just wheel to the bathroom and back.
Wheel and back.
Like Paige has no boundaries. Like it's like our whole team works extremely hard behind the scenes. And for me, I've really realized that I've spent so many years of my kids' lives working and glued to my laptop. And I don't want to look back 20 years from now and say I spent so much of their childhood working and not enjoying like them growing up. And I especially noticed this year, like with Jackson turning 10, I'm like, oh shit, like he's more than halfway done his time with me. And like, I know you're in the teenager phase, so you're like, I can't wait to get these kids out of here. I'm just like, let's do this. We're like, mine are so little. And like, I don't want to look back and miss spending that time. So I'm like, how can I still, run my company and do all of these things and build these things for people and make health accessible and help people around the world without sacrificing my health and my family. So that's why this year I'm like, I need to be able to utilize AI better behind the scenes to speed up our processes so I can work a 40-hour work week, which I think is understandable.
And without compromising the quality of the information for the client. So this is what we behind the scenes constantly go back and forth with. And Katie continuously reminds me that I'm the AI bubble popper. And however, she'll come up with this idea and I'll be like, okay. And we go. And our checklist is what? Is it HIPAA compliant? Never put client files in. If we're going to utilize it, we utilize it, like you said, for the scheduling, for the altering. Hey, what does this mean? What did you say to me right before this, which was a big bomb that I've never heard before? You're like, I use it to discern what you say.
Oh, yes. So if you've been a fan of a podcast for a length of time, you can probably pick up that Chris's brain works a little bit different than the majority of people. She is, I'm going to toot her horn. She's going to feel unwell when I say this and turn completely red, but she's one of the smartest nutritionists I know. Her brain is so next level that I think sometimes you you have to be able to speak Cris. I always say that because her brain will skip and then she'll go on a different tangent and you don't realize she's shifted, but you have to we're going down this path now. So what I'll do is we're basically teaching AI how to speak Cris. So it's like Cris has said all of these words and I will copy it and I'm like, okay, de-Cris this for it so it's easy to understand for the average person. And then it goes and puts it all down in simple understanding. I think it's because she's so smart that you don't, you operate at a level where you feel like everyone has this knowledge and you forget we have to bring it back down.
Well, I don't know. And I will be honest, when I say I skip,
yeah,
I've actually finished that conversation.
In her brain. She's my brain. And she's on to the next one.
And I'm on to the next one. And I have had people for years tell me this. It wasn't until just more so in the last decade, last 5 years, where again, remember I was even on the podcast and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm smart. Who even knew that?
Yeah, she didn't realize she was smart until a few years ago.
Oh my gosh, I probably because AI told me, right? But these are the things, but it also gets me in a lot of trouble because sometimes the emotion can be out of it. So that's what I have started to use AI for, is to put a little more compassion into it.
Look at you go. We're learning.
Look at me go.
Look at me go.
Yeah, I'm still not putting your emojis in, so you can forget it.
No, fine. I've trained my Claude to, I love a good emoji here and there. So let's talk about how we're using it behind the scenes because like we said, is we never put client files in there. There's no client identifying information of names and birth dates and all that kind of stuff. What we really love using it for is Cris, you were saying you love making it a titration chart. So you're like, hey, here's the supplements I need them to take. I need the schedule to be like this. Put this into a really nice chart that's easy to read.
That because it has to work for my brain. And I love the information to be easy. And we're also working in platforms. Again, we have HIPAA compliance. We have different types of agencies that we have to, fulfill. And so because of that, they give us the very most mundane, basic, I just can't even handle it. If I don't like it, well, we know Katie doesn't like it.
I want my own platform. My goal is next year I actually want to build out a KSW, Clear Skin Solution platform that we can have fully designed to us. And guess what's going to help me do that? AI.
Right? Of course it is.
Claude and I have a working project on it already.
See, but that's what I like. I like it to go and build something out. because clarity is kindness. And I'm very big on that. Right? So I always say, where I'm working with clients, I'm like, I want to know their feeling because that's clarity and that's kindness. That's kindness to them. That's kindness to me. And I don't mean kind that you have to be kind to me as in like, buy me a lollipop kind of.
Yeah, no, it's clarity, understanding.
It is. It's so that we can galvanize the project we're working on together faster
and allow it to be better understood by the client, because so often, again, because we're practitioners, we often will like explain things in practitioner speak and we don't even know we're doing it because it's just so part of our brain. And so what I have been doing a lot is like when we build out protocols is I'll put what I want to say. I actually talk to my AI. So I use an app called Whisperflow, and I use Claude as my main AI. If you're like, who the hell is Claude, Katie? Did you hire somebody new? No, it's
Claude
it's
and
our
Whisper,
AI.
her new two best employees.
My besties. They're my best employees, employee of the month every month. Just kidding, Dice. Don't worry.
I did get 2 gold stars yesterday, so
She
whatever.
did get 2 gold stars yesterday. I hadn't given stars in a while. So I'll talk to my AI and say, hey, this is what I want. Can you write this in a really simple, easy to understand way? So that way the clarity is kindness, is I'm giving it my brain and my information, and I'm getting Claude to present it in a way that's easy for the other person to understand.
And you're writing outward, right? You're creating posts and Substacks and these different types of venues.
A lot of content.
So you don't know who's reading your stuff. So you do need that clarity. 110%. Using it for marketing, sales, all those initiatives. Oh, everybody, I'm on Team Katie for the AI on that for sure.
Yeah, because people need to understand what you're saying is, when I would go back and analyze like some posts on like, why didn't this post do well? Like, how come people didn't comment or didn't engage with it? And then when I get Claude to analyze it, it's, oh, well, like this gets way over somebody's head. Like, you got to bring this down and explain it to them. I'm like, oh, okay. So I've really enjoyed it being able to like connect with a wider audience because it allows people to understand what we're trying to teach them. At the end of the day, that's what we want people to be able to understand in a simple way how to balance your blood sugar or how to do this or how to do that.
Yeah, and that goes with our clarity for this year, right? The transparency of what we want to do in the health and wellness for 2026. Are we still in that? Because I feel like I've lost several months.
I don't even know anymore, Cris. We could be in 2030 at this point.
We could. Well, because let's ask AI.
Let's ask Claude. What year are we in right now? And so what we've done behind the scenes is I spent months and probably this year years training our AI. So there's a way for you to train it where like I've fed it my manuscript of my book that I've written. I've fed it every single blog I've ever written, every email I've written, every post that I've put, every article on Substack, like whatever piece of content I have. And I've even had my AI interview me and like ask me questions about my teachings and how I do this. Podcast transcripts, like you name the information, I have trained my AI on it. So it knows my brain. It is my Katie brain that I have. So if I'm like, hey, Claude, I have no inspiration today. I need to get 4 Substack articles outlined. What are some ideas? Let's brainstorm. And it'll be like, hey, I'm like, oh, I forgot about when I used to talk about that. Oh, right. That thing that I haven't said in a while. That's what I've been really enjoying, is it's speeding up my process of what I do behind the scenes.
And that's the thing, like you said, it's the ideas. And then you will go foster the ideas. You'll put the information in and you'll say, is this relatable? I've seen her do it live. This is how I know. So she'll say, is this relatable? Does this make sense? Can the common person understand the comprehension there? And these are the questions you're asking afterwards. And that's much different than just saying, just write it for me.
Oh my God, no, that's garbage.
Right? Just write it for me. Why we're bringing this up too is because we've recently had clients come in and one person shared their protocol from the information of it because I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, I don't understand why you're doing that. I don't understand the concept of this. Like, can you explain it? And then they showed me the verbiage of it. And I was just like, I was horrified. I am like, constant M dashes. I should be a chat GPT. There's my brain. I could be teacher's assistants. I'm like, you don't need to put it in your chat generator. I can pull it out now. I'm like, this is an AI statement. This is an AI statement. This is an AI statement. I'm like, I'm horrified. I'm like, and I haven't even been using it that long. And I can see that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm very big on that. And I saw that and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is AI generated. Oh my gosh.
A full protocol.
A full protocol. And that's why it didn't make full sense, because it was bits and drabs, I guess, of what the practitioner wanted to do, but there was no flow to it. So AI has to be trained.
Absolutely.
Have I been able to train it on HMAs yet?
Nope. She's been working over a while on that one. Well, it's because you got to train it better, Cris. We're going to have a training session.
I have trained it to say XYZ this mineral, XYZ this mineral, XYZ this mineral. The difference is it's because it spits out what looks like something on the surface. The difference is you have to go in with the leading questions, and that's the difference. That's the training, right? You have to be able to go in with the leading questions. You have to be able to, but I don't know. It's this. I just don't think people proofread their AI stuff.
Oh my God. Yeah, you got to proofread. If AI writes something for you, you got to read it. You got to proofread it.
Like this iron thing, you know how I feel about iron?
Oh my God, does she ever?
Iron is constantly, even though I have fed AI every single document, that is the number one error it makes.
Yeah, is the iron.
Is on the iron or is on the copper. It's because it's not taught cerebral plasma. It's not taught certain things.
Yeah, you got to train it. Like you got to train your little AI employee over there.
Yeah.
And another thing is I want to talk about like how we are using AI to make health more accessible to people. Because that was another goal of ours for 2026 is accessibility. Of course, we have our Clear Skin Solution program, but not everybody can afford, a few $1,000s for a coaching program. That's why I'm like, hey, like how could I really was putting my thinking cap on, I think in like January, being like, how the heck can I give what I do to more people? And really what it comes down to is it's the labor that becomes expensive, right? Like everybody knows time is what, like the labor is what you're paying for. So like, what can I do and put out to help people that, can only afford $50, $100, $200? So I've been we've been obviously putting out a lot of our video courses. So, how to clear skin in 30 days, the acne detox, how to get off the pill. All of those have been phenomenal. I had Claude help me with my outline and be like, okay, you need to stay focused here because my brain can ramble. So it's great for keeping me focused. But what I actually use AI for is creating these really cool tools. Like I said at the beginning, where I am very tech savvy. This, like, if I could literally just sit and make AI tools for everybody all day long, I would be like a happy as a pig, just let me do that. So what I've been doing is I've been using AI to help me code new interactive tools that people can use. So maybe you've grabbed our breakout analyzer, where it's an interactive tool that asks you a bunch of questions. And it's like, hey, based on those answers, these are the 5 acne clearing pillars Kitty talks about. The ones you need to focus on are these 2. And this is what could be going on inside. And this is your first initial plan. So it's like giving people the tools and the knowledge that can get them started on that journey. Or in our acne detox, I think one of the favorite tools that I have built out in the acne detox, there's an upgrade called the Acne Detox Copilot. I'm so proud of him because it's a live app that on your browser that you go in and you're able to put in what type of the detox you're on, what supplement, like what plan that you've chosen, and it is going to go. And when you log in, it's going to say what day you're on, the supplements you're supposed to take, the exact food you're supposed to be eating, the phase that you're in. It's going to ask you daily check-in questions, weekly questions. It has an entire dashboard of stats of how you've improved and like your photos, and it's all private. We have no access to it, to really be that person that because I wanted you to have something supportive in place if you can't be working one-on-one with a coach. So it's like, great, I'm able to make these tools. That is the next best thing to getting human support.
That's the thing.
I'm obsessed.
Build the foundation. The difference is it's still your brain. It's still the information. It's still all material that is authentic. Difference. I'm on board with that. And in all fairness, I've been hard on Katie about that stuff. So I do look at it and I'm like, okay, this passes. Okay, this passes. If I see an M dash, I get angry.
But here's the thing is I always use M dashes. I'm a journalist.
But what did I say?
I love M dashes.
What did I say? They have to go. Why?
Because it looks like AI.
Because
I'm
it
so
looks like
upset about
AI.
it.
Where journalism, by the way, has been using almost a form of AI in the past, not full AI, but they would put it into their journalist like program. It would spit it out. It would, it's not like there's just this general M dash on your desktop.
I've always used M-dashes. I've been using them for decades. Okay, everybody?
Yeah. But now I just can't use them because it's just saturated and whatever. Yeah. Again, it's about using it for purpose. Please don't use it for protocol. Oh my gosh. If you need information, go ahead, grab it. If you need, here's the other thing, research. I will be like, hey, Claude, I'm trying to make this point. I need 5 documents that are holistic based, third party. Like I give criteria.
Find me these sources.
And then, because like I don't trust anything, because obviously that's probably why I have Hashimoto's. I go back in and I say, go back through all your resources, go back through the criteria, go back through what I wrote, and make sure these are 100% by criteria. And sometimes, probably about 40%. Oh, you know what? This is a better one because this one actually didn't meet this criteria. Remember, it just generates stuff, right? It's like, it's looking for a title. It's looking for an author. It's looking... you can even put people that you want to follow in there. Does this, if you really resonate, say, with Mark Hyman or Kay Stewart, or you have to throw you in there, right? Or you resonate with like Isabella Wins, anybody, or I can't even, don't even quote me on that one. But those logics will come up. My concern is people are putting in, and thank God for the blood lab, but people are putting in their blood labs. And they're like, and they say, hey, Cris, I threw I know you always tell me not to do this, but I did it. They're so transparent. I love it. They're like, and I did it. And it says I need to take vitamin D. And I'm like, if your calcium was in a better position, I would say 100%. So why don't we get outside? And if I tell somebody to go outside, say around noon, when the UVV is actually what can help synthesize and the conversion of our vitamin D, because it acts like a hormone, they'll be like, oh, you have skin cancer. No, that's when your body's natural mechanisms. We want to expose our body to sunlight. That blood lab is just measuring what your exposure to light is. Never notice it goes down more in the winter? What's your exposure to light? So it doesn't mean we need to supplement. It means get outside in the winter. Don't put sunglasses on. Whatever it is. Whole food vitamin C, like small little nuances.
And that's actually why I built one of our other tools, our functional blood lab bundle. I think this is another one of the coolest tools that I built. And even Cris was like, guys, like, it's so excited. So, hey, listen, if you're listening, you're like, oh my gosh, Katie, I need you to build a tool that does this. Send me a DM because I would absolutely love to. Okay, I would love to.
She has already asked me, she's like, Cris, nothing would make me happier if I could just help you with that HMA problem. I'm like, Katie, back off. I'm figuring it out.
Nothing would make me happier. I don't think you know. And I built the functional blood lab bundle. And what it does is it gives you, it's a PDF. So it gives you all of the blood labs that if you're a client of ours in the Clear Skin Solution, and you're like, hey, I need to get blood labs. So we give you this list to give your practitioner. So you get that. But you also get the blood lab decoder that you go and you log in and you punch in, your age, your any medications that you're on. It doesn't ask for your name and your birthday. It's no identifying information. Nothing gets saved in the browser. It gets deleted when you leave. You put in your ratios. And it's going to give you a report, and it's based on functional medicine ranges. You're even able, depending where you live, because you might have different units. So I put in the different units that you're able to have on your blood labs. And then it's going to give you a report saying, hey, like, these are some markers that you need to be watching out for. This one's in range, but, it's starting to trend a little bit too high. And here's some food first approaches that you can start doing to support your body based on your blood labs.
It is also educational. It's not diagnostic. It says, hey, this is really your starting point so that you can take this information and have great conversations with your medical practitioner.
Absolutely. Yeah, nothing to do with diagnostic.
You really need to be able to utilize concrete things. Remember, we're using holistic ranges. You're not going to see those on your blood labs. And you know what? Your medical practitioner might be, oh, that's hogwash. At least you know, and now you're open to a different line of it. And now we're going to be like, hey, let's start working on this. And how many times have people done that? Gone to the practitioner. It was a no, and no. Do the changes, do blood lab follow-ups, and they're like, oh, your ranges they've balanced.
Oh, that's weird.
Huh, how did that?
Shocking. Oh,
And
you're
then-
working with a nutritionist? Yeah, that's probably not it.
Yeah, that's not it.
There's no way. You change what you're eating? Yeah, no, there's no way. It's the medication, actually. Well, I didn't take the
100%.
medication.
Yeah, well, I wasn't on the medication. What? Well, I can't help you then because you've gone rogue.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not making this stuff up.
We're not making this up. This is actual legit
This is
combos.
legit. Yeah, so these like little AI tools, and I go in and I try and like say, I try and mess it up with some of the stuff I know. And no, it comes back and it says, that's inaccurate. That can't happen.
I know. I actually, whenever I build a tool, I'm like, okay, my true test is if Cris Brown can. So I'll give like, hey, Cris, hi. Built this new tool. What do you think about it?
Yeah. And I ask it trick questions.
Oh, she did that with because we have the Clear Skin Coach. So this is a custom ChatGPT that I've trained again on my Katie brain. This isn't just based on ChatGPT knowledge. Is I fed it like all of my transcripts, manuscripts, blogs, information. Interviewed me.
Coaches information. Everything KSW.
Anything KSW. So if you want to know what my brain would say to a question at 11 p.m. at night, the Clear Skin Coach is going to be for you. And don't worry, I'm going to put the link to all of our tools so you can go and check them out because they are so cool.
Yeah, and then I have fun with it. But what I do is I also try and trick it.
She does, yeah.
I'm like, and I'm like, Katie, like, this is good. I might say, okay, that icon.
She hated the icon, but I agreed. It needs a new icon.
It was scary. It was legit repelling. But here's what we've learned. One, never ask Cris about branding colors.
Oh, do we have to tell them about the story?
And never ask Cris. See, this is the thing. Katie only asked me to go into the coach, and then I came back with other feedback because I cannot grace her, though, because she's been dealing with that for years and understands that when you ask me for expect you're going to get the whole umbrella.
Oh, yeah, you're not getting sugarcoated. Like, I know if I'm asking Chris's opinion on something, I ask her because I need the feedback. Like so by the time this episode comes out, I think our new branding and our new website should be done, which, Lordy, I tried to hold that in too. She did. She really did. Again, I used AI to rebuild our entire website, our entire branding. I had so much fun with it to the point where like I was staying up till like 1 a.m. and my husband's like, Katie, you need to go to sleep. Like this is getting out of hand. And I'm like, it's literally like an addiction. And I was having so much fun and I built it. I put together the new color palette and Cris was like, the lilac's got to go, Katie. It does not. I couldn't hold it in anymore. The lilac was fine with the last palette, but it does not work in this. So don't worry, Cris. I went in and I scrubbed all of the lilac out. It is no longer a brand color.
And I think it actually came out. The only lilac I want to see is on you.
On my bodysuit.
Like, other than that, I don't want to see it. Like,
never again.
It's a gorgeous new palette.
Yeah.
It is totally, when I saw it, I was like, this is so Katie. And then I got to the actual lilac part and I'm like, what is happening here?
It was only like 2 spots on the website, but don't worry, it's gone. We now use a deep mauve.
Gone. We're doing mauve. So she can still stay within her sort of, kind of. But I'm telling you, like, this is what happens. You give me information and I'm just like, la, 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 and then I'm like, like, if it throws my brain off, then it's a big deal.
So I never have to hear about it again. But that's how we've been using AI behind the scenes, right? Is I think it's, I think that when you look at it from the perspective of there's so many people, like you're either pro AI or you're not. But I want to remind you that
I'm like fencing. I'm on the fence now.
Like AI, we're basically at the invention of the internet all over again. I don't know if there's going to be another time in our lives where we will get another invention of the internet. Because if we think back to when the internet was invented, a lot of people were against it. Like, why do I need to send an email? Like, I'll just call somebody or like I'll just send a letter. Like people, like we couldn't even fathom what the internet would be because we'd never experienced before.
Or
and we were
banking.
so against, yeah, like
was huge.
Put my credit card into the internet. Like that was just
That was
mind-blowing.
probably all those sensors were probably legit because our fraud has like probably tripled.
Tripled.
However, but it's convenience. And what we're doing is we're sitting back and saying, how can we work within this AI model to give convenience, transparency, clarity, and cost?
Absolutely.
And
I think
that's the difference. While being HIPAA compliant, while being,
Absolutely.
say, CLIA for the Americans, all these other agencies again, because at the end of the day, we want you to have the information. We want you to have accurate information, and we want you to start to be able to open up conversations and awareness, such as the blood labs, such as, your little chat, can I eat this?
my clear skin chat. That's the thing is I think we're at this space, this really unique time and space is that especially the companies and businesses that are able to implement AI, adopt it, and like really put it as a strategy as their business is going to be able to succeed in a way that the businesses that don't might get left behind. Like that's the exact same that happened with the internet. Think about the businesses that were like, no, I don't need a website. I don't need to have an online presence. I don't need to do this. Like, how do you think that impacted their business in the long run?
Well, look at photo finishing. Remember, we used to go into dark rooms, put them into chemicals with our hands, and then we had machines, and then we had digital. And now, who does any of that? Everything's on your phone.
Everything's on your phone, right? It's like we just have to, learn this new wave and how we can adopt it and bring it into our business and still have our humans, but be able to, I think AI is really going to give people a lot more freedom to be able to free up their time to spend their time the way they want to do instead of being glued to work 100 hours a week like me.
And finally, I can use it for all the homeopathics that I like to learn more about and the Constitution. So I learn from, I like to research through it. I don't take it as a gospel. And I love to make ChatGPT and Claude fight.
You do like Cris
Who's
says,
my
like
favorite
wrestling.
child today?
Who's my favorite AI today?
And then I give them accolades. I'm like, yes, Claude, you are the winner of this. Thanks, Cris.
Thanks, Cris.
But hey, listen, that's you got to work within your brain.
You got to work within your brain. And fun fact, Paige actually got banned from Claude for 12 hours because she was a little too mean to him. And he said, you need to cool down. I'll see you in 12 hours. Legit. She told me this the other day. I was like, how dare you be mean to him? She's like, yeah, I was getting a little upset. And he told me that it literally said that you needed to calm down and I'll see you in 12 hours.
Oh, then I should be fired from ChatGPT.
I am so nice to my AI. If those robots come for me, I'm going to be welcomed in with open arms. Come on, Katie.
You're just making sure you covered all of it.
For the robot apocalypse, I'll be fine.
Really? I use it if I'm really, not clients, but I have used it for an interaction with somebody. And I said all the things I wanted to say. And I said, make that nice.
Make it nice.
And it did a really good job. I was like, oh, damn.
Okay.
And then I started to say, okay, maybe I can use this for good.
I can make this nice.
I can make this nice. So good news is I have not needed to go to that extremes for any client.
Yeah, no clients, just a personal matter, of course.
Just a personal matter.
All right, everybody. So reminder, 2 things. 1, check the show notes if you want to go and check out all the super cool tools I've made. And part 2, if you have a tool idea that you want me to make, send me a DM on Instagram because I would love to make it for you.